players was like, hey, if I can see the future and I can shoot whatever I see, can I shoot myself in the future from now? And the guy's like, holy shit, I never thought of it before, ever. And so the guy literally shot like a bullet into the future and killed himself. Nice. Crazy shit I ever heard. It's hilarious.
Dovetails nicely into the president pictures that were on Reddit this morning. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, the two most open-minded presidents I've ever heard of.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. Now it took me a minute. Seriously, I was sitting there going, yeah, those guys were pretty progressive. Yeah, sure. Oh.
Yeah. I love those tangential moments of, this is not all my plan. I was running a Star Wars game for about 2.25 years for Andrew and a couple of other IRL friends, and we were doing like a old Rakatan ancient empire kind of story, so it had like kind of Stargate-y vibes where they found this ancient network of transdimensional gates, and they followed this person through one, having no idea how to get back. We've established through like the last 6 weeks of gameplay that the only person who can operate this is this one slicer, and they corner him on this moon, having defeated his entire retinue of people, and one of my players, Peter, puts the guy on his knees with a blaster in the back of his head, and they're gonna like have this guy help them get back home to their native galaxy, and then figure out this whole mess and how it ties into the much larger plot. And I'm like, he stands up and tries to access the slicing platform, and Pete goes, I shoot him in the head. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess you have to roll for that. Natural 20. I let him roll damage like an idiot. He obliterated him. I'm like, okay, so now we're just stranded in a galaxy that we've never been to.
Holy shit!
Billions of light years
galaxy
away.
farther
Exactly.
away.
So this is great. I stood up on the table, showed them the binder, like, gone. I just threw it against the wall. Cool. Let's do this.
That's awesome.
And we had like the 3 best sessions I ever remember playing in that Star Wars game were just the next 3, where it was just entirely made up. I had no time to plan anything. I was just pulling set pieces out of my box as we were going and totally ad-libbed the entire thing. And that's a lot harder to do in real time.
A little bit, yes.
Oh, we have basics.
So,
I didn't realize we were still waiting. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy just a couple more minutes for things working. Because I forget who it was, someone brought up, hey, we don't know how long this campaign is. We don't want to put any pressure towards like, you gotta end this thing soon, because I got stuff. But we were curious if you had thoughts of where you wanted to go when this campaign was done.
My intention is to end it in such a way that there's a satisfying conclusion to the story we've been working on, with tons of open-ended potential where if we wanted to keep playing in this universe with one of the side quests that we kind of started, there was opportunity for that. Or if somebody wanted to take over the narrative helm and tell a different story within that universe, that's fine. I would equally be fine with just shelving it for another time, or somebody else doing one-shots again, or I'm kind of open to anything. I just want to make sure that we can put a nice bow on the story, that it ends in a satisfying way, with the door always open. I like to leave those dangling plot threads where if it turns out, we just want to keep playing, then there are plot devices that get us there.
Alright.
We'll see. I know at the beginning there were a couple of people who were interested in DMing, and I didn't need to swallow it whole.
Nah, I am on that list, and also am perfectly okay riding this way for a little bit.
Do you enjoy teaming more or playing characters more?
I have played twice in 15 years.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's not to say that I don't prefer. I would actually prefer to be a player. I just, in the 2 groups of people that I primarily roleplay for, there just isn't another DM. When we got started in high school, I was just the first person to find the book, so I read, the Player's Handbook, the DMG, and the Monster Manual, with like the this sounds like it would be a lot of fun. So they were like, cool, how does it work? And I had already read the book, so here, let me teach you. Now, just by default, I'm the dungeon master, at least for the first adventure. They had so much fun, let's keep playing. Oh, does anybody else want a story tell? Well, we don't know the rules, you already know the rules. Sure, that's true.
Nice.
And then, 22 years later, I'm still doing it.
Oh yeah.
I have so many ideas for storytelling, but I have no penchant for actually making it happen.
So that's honestly the harder part. We can.
Oh
tell
no,
them-
I think the hardest part is accepting when your story is going to take a hard left turn you weren't expecting, and I guess we're in Russia now.
That is true. Yeah, you can come up with a beautiful story. You have to accept that at some point maybe we're gonna just up playing the plot of Frozen 2.
I just want
Yeah,
to
the few times
thank you.
A few times I've even, I'm pretty bad about like in-depth planning. I'm a very impromptu DM, and I just kind of have like just an outline of what I want to do, and then as we're going along, I'm like, you fight this bad guys now, or whatever, whatever they come up with, I just kind of on the spot do it, and it works
That's
out
ideal
sometimes.
for like a beer and pretzels game, yeah.
Yeah, but
It
sometimes
gets harder when you're trying to micromanage like the relationship of 36 NPCs across 2 continents, and in a
Yeah.
game world, then it's a lot harder to be like, I don't remember what I made up last week.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of my campaigns are very like combat oriented.
Yeah, my guys, we did like wargaming before that, so that is the history of D&D. That's literally where it came from. But there's just that they can't leave it alone. Like that's everybody's favorite part. I joke with them all the time that it's just you guys realize that you're just trying to get bigger numbers so that you can fight bigger numbers so that your numbers will eventually become larger. Like at its core, that's all we're doing here. You don't care. Like there's no like you don't even half of the players right now in my home game could not tell you the plot of our story.
That's hilarious.
but they are combat masters and they can tell you every boss fight for the last 10 years. And for them that's just where they like it. That's their sweet spot is, puzzles and combat and a little bit of adventuring, and literally we have had sessions where the role playing is my character talks to the innkeeper. Okay, what does he ask him? I don't know, we're talking. About what? We're just talking, okay? Sure.
That's hilarious.
I had a game that the same person that executed that Star Trek villain decided he would try to get me a chance to play in a D&D campaign. And he spent 2 or 3 weeks writing a nice little 6-week adventure, and it was like the classic tavern start, which I hate a tavern cold open, but it has its place. Like, it's iconic and it can be done really, really well. But I just hate it if it's like getting to know the party in a tavern for 2.5 hours first. That is really rough. But he had a guy who came in, a quest giver, and he read us this long dialogue that he had written, and like he was not pausing for us to interject any thoughts or questions. Like this whole page of dialogue he had just bullet points straight down, and then at the end he just says, "What say you, heroes?" And I'm like, well, actually, I've got some questions. Who is this goddess? She's not among the pantheon I'm familiar with. I was a cleric in that game, and he just looks at his notes and looks at me and goes, "What say you, heroes?"
Uh-oh.
Like, did it not occur to you that you might have to answer questions that you didn't conceive of ahead of time? Because that's like 90% of what I do.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of DMing is just playing 20 questions.
Yeah. And having good answers.
Yeah.
It's fun. Well, if we want to get started, I don't know how long Feisty or the...
No, that's fine. I also wanted to get that question in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can absolutely start.
I mean, I guess a reasonable other question would be, what do you guys want? Is this still a thing that's fun? Did it serve its purpose as like a pandemic band-aid now that the pandemic is largely over?
I don't know about...
There's no way. Are you guys happy with that?
I don't know about everybody else, but especially now that 9.0 has run its course, I'm back to like, oh, thank goodness we have role playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there was a gross period in the middle where we're like, "That's cool. It's a little tight because everybody's doing a lot of raiding and keys and stuff. We see each other every day, but no, we're back to this is amazing."
So even if we put a bow on this campaign, we would still, most of you would still want to play a game of some size, shape, or variety.
Oh yeah. I would totally be down
Probably.
to do it.
Depending on time, as long as we keep the same time.
I think my only question would be, first off, basics. Why don't you love us?
That's not true.
Probably.
I don't know how much like effort it would take into like learning the Roll20 system, but I would definitely be down for trying a different role-playing system in the D20.
I have a couple that I'm familiar with outside of D20 that I really like, and also have one. I'm literally thinking of just making my own because nobody's done it. So that might happen too. But the best part is, if you don't want to like sit on a grid and here's all of the people's rolls every time, you can kind of just fudge it and be like, yeah, this is the screen you're looking at, and we're just gonna roll dice and say words.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of different, like, good theater of mind role-playing is a thing I've done a lot also. I've never, so the only game I've done in Roll20 is D&D. I've DM'd a lot of other games in person, but the only experience I have on the computer is with specifically D&D 5th edition.
I'm mostly just curious how the Genesis system works here.
Did I get Genesis?
Yeah.
Probably pretty well if you read it right. Like a good add-on.
Yeah, I don't know if people have already had the Genesis system added in here or not. But I know there's a bunch of like add-ons that people have for Roll20.
It has like a number of well-supported game systems, and then an even larger number of half-ass supported game systems. And then there are people who just have like forum tutorials on how you can cobble together basically anything you can imagine. I'm sure it can be done. Alright, let's get underway then, I suppose. Dex has got major drama here. I wonder if that's a commentary on his house or just the fact that he's like a big rock.
I'm guessing that nephew made too much pasta. What are we gonna do with all this pasta?
Dang, nephew. Too much pasta and not enough people. The common
Too much
common
pasta,
cause.
not enough people. Mic check. Oh yeah, it's reading. Good.
Check.
All right. Well, I think Dex can probably quietly listen and shake his head at nephew who's made too much pasta for too few people.
That's my guess.
Who wants to do a recap? Who remembers where we are and what we're doing well enough to share it with the rest of the class?
I got this one, even if I only like 60% remember it.
Yeah.
The short version is it's Chimera time, because we woke up on the island that is apparently lousy with chimeras. And after doing a lot of ship and crew repair and salvage, we salvaged some magical artifacts from the bodies of our former friends, a couple of the bodies of our former friends, and could not save Zaz's 20-pound bag of candy, the ramifications of which is still to come. After doing all of that, we were just starting to get our feet on the ground when we heard chimera sounds. We slowly followed the chimera sounds and tried valiantly to be heroes and save a flock of sheep. And then the shepherd lady was like, I don't care, whatever. And we're like, well, what if we save the dog? And she's like, let's just leave. And then the chimera was like, I'll just leave. And I'm like, what's happening here? All right, fine, we'll follow the lady because we can't follow the chimera. who I think we obliterated on the way out.
I was gonna say it tried
Yeah,
to
we
fly
did.
Blew it
away,
up.
and
Yeah, like someone crit it as it was flying away.
The elf lady we have in our
Yeah.
party,
the
whose name I
So-
totally know.
So we followed the shepherdess back to her very nice beach hut, and she told us a little bit about how she's just kind of running like a halfway house of people that get stranded on the island. And all right, well, let's get your boat fixed. What do you need? How many people do you got? Yeah, okay. Like I've done this a dozen times. I'm gonna do it a dozen more before I die. And we were all kind of thrown off by that. And she also mentioned some like fortune telling stuff that Jazz didn't pay much attention to because he didn't like her very much. But the trade off for this was, yeah, I'll totally help you dry dock your ship as a single blind lady with a dog. And all I ask is that you deal with this chimera problem. It's like I got so much pasta in my kitchen. There's just too many chimeras. So we did a
Nice.
lot of like island adventuring, even though it was a really small island, and found the Chimera Cave. And we're just starting to spelunk the cavern when we decided that we should spelunk another day.
that seems very reasonable to me.
Yep.
And I'm sure John will fill in all of the stuff that Zaz didn't care about.
I think that's basically it. The shepherdess is named Ira the Seer. She referred to the island as Exile, which I thought was very clever.
Oh, yeah.
Her doggo's name is Rain. She possesses an artifact called the Eye of Seeing that allows her to glimpse possible futures. She seems to be very comfortable and familiar with that soothsaying ability, that it no longer impresses her. But you guys also seem to take it in your stride, so that was impressive. And needs help with her recent chimera problem. And despite the fact that there is a pleasure yacht in the picture, there isn't one. I believe that was everything. You guys searched high and low, found a at water level cave entrance. We come in, Reed took the first steps inside, and here we are. So with the vastness of the dark, briny cave laying before you, what do you guys want to do?
Reed goes around the corner.
Did we roll initiative? I forget.
To my knowledge, we have not. Actually, let me pull that up and just see where we are. No, we have rolled a 0 initiatives.
Is that something we
isn't
should do,
necessarily-
or we're not in combat yet, so it doesn't matter?
I don't think it's as important right now. This is kind of
Alrighty.
freeformy.
All right, Reed, go around that corner. Tell us what happens.
Yay. Oh, I can't go there. I can go here.
Okay. As you wrap around the corner, the narrow sort of causeway of this cave goes downhill into a grade here. You can hear the sound of fast moving water. There's not a lot of feature in the cave before you, save a large precipice at the extent of your vision. A deep underground river of some kind seems to be rushing by you.
Uncertain if there are chimeras in this cave for sure or not. Rather than call out to the party behind me, I try to signal with a light tapping noise. Short, but loud enough to be heard, and then resume my... I wait there to see if anyone will join me.
In the back of the cave at the entrance there, you guys hear a fingernail on a alchemical file. Tink, 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 tink.
Or a train horn.
Train
Or
horn.
a train.
Ooh.
On a
Well-
board.
Fortunately, I don't know about Leo, but all of the rest of the present players have dark vision. So
I have dark vision, I believe.
wonderful. So the whole party could see in the dark. So it's not as scary as, at least. Wah! I don't know why that worked for Zaz and not for Leo, unless it's character specific,
Yeah.
which would be amazing.
What?
Isn't it character specific?
Yeah, everybody's vision is unique to that character token.
I'm moving up to here.
Oh wow!
Because that's
Okay.
45 feet from where I was before.
Sure. You walk past the cave where you see Reed sort of crouched waiting for reinforcements. You just wave at him as you continue to walk by. There's a slight incline in the cave here, but you can also hear the sound of fast moving water up ahead. And like everything about this area of the cave is like wet and slick.
Nice.
Your footing is uncertain. And you can
I
smell that kind of like, giant indoor pool kind of feel where you're like breathing in the water.
I definitely turn around and speak to my kobold friends that there's an indoor pool nearby.
All right.
um, Fearing the dark somewhat, but bravely agreeing to stand guard here. The three not present players agree to hold the fort and stand at the entrance here and make sure we're not outflanked by the Chimera.
Leah's gonna keep moving forward
Oh, geez.
to here.
Okay. You advance as far as this path goes. There's a large trench cut through this portion of the cave, a large underground river. You can't tell if it's salt or fresh water, but it's been cutting through this tunnel for years, decades, centuries perhaps, deep, 30 or 40 feet to the water. The chasm itself is about 12 feet across. Probably an easy jump for you, but you are just worried about the slick rock.
I'm gonna tell the kobolds that come up here, and I'm gonna throw them across.
Oh boy.
I
Yeah,
slowly make my
Zaz
way.
approaches.
Realizing my party is not joining me over here, I'm going to take a few steps further to see if there's anything more I can see, and then I'm going to consider rejoining them.
Nope. You find a bunch of dead fish. Maybe like high tide brought them in, and then low tide stranded them here.
Mhm.
But otherwise, a featureless cave save the raging underground river.
Can I tell if it's fresh or not by smell or anything like that?
Make a survival check.
Oh, okay. Come on, character sheet load. That is the worst possible roll I could have made. Does my lucky apply to that? I don't even know.
You are uncertain, and you
It's an
start to
ability
lean
check.
over to see
I can
if you can taste it. You can roll it again. Okay, go ahead.
I can definitely roll it again.
Wow, highs and lows with this guy. You lick the wet stone wall. It tastes fresh. It seems like there's maybe like a depository. Maybe there's enough rain being collected on these mountains to create a natural runoff here. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but very little about this island does. But it doesn't seem like it's saltwater.
Is it within my reach, the river? Or is this like I'm gonna
It's
fall in
30
if I
feet
lean
below
over?
you, but yeah.
Okay, never mind. All right.
So yes, it's within your reach, but you probably don't want to.
And I don't see that gap I see, is that crossable or no?
Yeah. You're talking about this very narrow area here.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the water starts going back underground again. And there's a sort of a stone arch, if you will, that the water has carved, so you could walk across that without needing to jump.
And do I hear anything? Any noises coming ahead?
You don't even hear your part anymore. You're so close to this river that all you can really hear is like the shh, the kind of the watery white noise of this cave. You're just too close to the stream to hear anything else.
Well, I am confident in my abilities to take care of myself. I think I'm going to try to find and rejoin the party.
Okay. While you're catching up, uh, Leo and Kig, you find yourself at the precipice of this large gulf. Leo, I think, intends to throw you like a javelin.
No, no, no.
I'm
I
gonna
got
ask.
this.
I'm gonna ask. Hold on. Before either you jump across or I throw you across, can I tie some rope to your waist in case you fall? We can pull you back up.
Fall. I'm not gonna fall. I jump across.
Make the athletics check, because that would be really cool if you did that, like in conversation. Just
I hope you. Yeah, I hope you do it. But also, be
fall.
really
I
funny
don't
if you don't.
fall. Scramble, scramble, scramble.
It's gonna be really cool either way. Either you're gonna Either you're gonna get this or you're not.
Athletics, you said?
Yes, please. Oh, nailed it.
Okay.
Yep. You have your back to the falls and you just kind of push off of Leo, vaulting backwards in a perfect reverse somersault, spinning twice, landing. You like drag your tail against the back for a flourish, crouching low, superhero landing style, and you're like, I never fall.
Then I'm gonna turn to Zaz and be like, "Hey, do you want me to tie some rope around your waist in case you fall?"
Yes, please.
All right, I'm gonna grab out my silken rope and tie it around him, and then I'm gonna toss him towards Zaz.
So real
Or
quick,
towards-
while you're doing that tying, Zaz is going to give you a hug, and in doing so, he's going to cast guidance.
Nice.
Oh, jeez, nice. Lot of trust
So-
in your
You
party.
can do it, bud.
Yeah.
That seems very reasonable to me.
Okay. And
All
then
right,
I
Leo.
assume I'm just gonna strength check him. Strength.
If he's willing, then yes.
Are you willing for me to toss you?
Yes.
I'm not trying to full force just yeet him as far as I can. I'm just trying to get him across the river.
Give me a strength check, and you can add a d4 to it. I think. Oh, before or after making the ability check. So I guess wait and see if it's terrible.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, we're good.
Great.
Huh?
And you critically hit basics.
I was aiming for him.
It's a Zazalin. Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh.
Just in
Maybe
time to see Zaz
maybe
go
we throw him in
flying.
a nice area where there's some good areas to tie some rocks. Tie the rope to the
What's
rocks.
this pillow doing here?
Just like it's the perfect amount of like strength that he just kind of like gets tossed across and just lands lightly on his feet.
Oh yeah, it was a perfect, like, we would call it like a tight spiral. Like it was effortless. It was the perfect little ballistic arc. He lands just effortlessly, bending slightly at the knees because gravity's still a thing, but otherwise amazed. Rope still attached to him too. You have like an impromptu rope bridge now.
I'm gonna ask Zaz if you can find a place to tie that on to a rock or something. Maybe a
Any chance there's a convenient stalagmite?
Yeah, definitely. You worry about them holding Leo's weight just because he's a bigger boy, but everybody else should be fine.
alrighty. I assume Reed has joined in this at this point.
Yeah,
I
Reed's caught up behind you.
I walked up just in time to see Zaz go flying.
I'm gonna turn around and hand you the other end of the rope and be like, "Here you go." In case you fall.
I look at it and like kind of go, shrug, and then tie it around my waist.
Are you going to attempt to leap the chasm?
Yes, I'm going to attempt with my acrobatics, should it be
Okay.
allowed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
You take 2 long strides backwards, like deeply stretching your legs. It's kind of a safety warm up. You like Naruto runs straight at the causeway here, arms at your side. You just human missile across it, turning into a tuck and roll shoulder roll at the other side, mirroring Kig's landing style. You don't have a tail, but you did make it look better somehow. Maybe the glowing
Wow.
hands added something to it.
Glowing
I just
hands
have my
definitely
hands on
added
my
something
waist.
to it.
Really.
Has it been a minute yet? Can I still use his spell?
Oh, easily, yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to jump the cavern.
While he's attempting to jump, I'm going to hold on to the rope that is tied around my waist and hopefully use that as an anchor line to assist.
I think you're
I believe
tied to
both
a
sides.
stalagmite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, am I?
Both sides are on the other side,
Yeah.
so I'm just free jumping it.
Oh, never mind then.
Here.
Well, Zaz will at least be ready to catch or like lend a
Okay.
hand. Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, it lacks the grace of some of the people that have come before you. But it is an impressive leap. Like, you don't know running start or anything, you just dead jump it. 12
Hell
feet
yeah.
straight across, landing iron boots just straight in the ground, creating permanent indentations in the stone. Almost like a Leo was here kind of moment.
Leo's gonna write that in the dirt.
Okay. Yeah. While you wince through the pain a little bit, because like that probably almost shattered a kneecap, but you're never gonna let anybody know that.
Yeah, my weak leg.
Yeah. On this side of the underground river, there's a large open space. In the immediate vicinity, there are a scattering of fish bones. They look recently picked clean. They're still like, minute pieces of flesh clinging to some of the bones. Large fish, maybe a tuna, and what looks like a small to average sized hammerhead shark. As you inspect, there are actually, maybe you'll have to inspect.
I want to inspect this hammerhead shark. I want to collect
Uh,
its skull.
oh, okay. Make a survival check for me then to extract the skull without damaging it. Oh yeah, you can harvest it as a trophy or a nice little decorative piece. You do notice that most of the skeletal remains of the shark here have like a bunch of gnarled tooth marks up and down the vertebra.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Which I know is actually cartilage and not bone.
Are any of the teeth extractable?
In the skull, absolutely.
Is this a shark too? It's hard to tell.
That's like a tuna, like a
Oh,
big
that's
fish,
tuna.
a bony fish. Yep.
I kind of like quietly toss over my shoulder the words like, "Hey Leo, save a few teeth for me."
I'm gonna say very loudly that I have plans for this hammerhead head.
Oh boy.
I whisper
Yeah,
something
is it?
that
It's weapon
only I
related.
can understand.
Should
Okay,
we
well.
be yelling in this dark cave?
No, Zaz is gonna just like flat out smack you. Of like, hey, cut that out, chimeras.
Well, we're gonna kill them either way, so it doesn't matter.
While you guys are debating that, Reed, you explored that fish head and the large tuna there. Make a perception check for me.
Absolutely.
Since you've come in here, like all of your senses are kind of muted. Like the pervasive rushing sound makes it hard to hear anything else. There's this, kind of moldy, dank cave smell that permeates everything. It's, you're seeing exclusively through your dark vision, so you're being robbed of even like whatever vague colors might exist in the cave. So it's like all of your senses are just, at 75% of normal capacity. While you're arguing with Leo about who does or does not have claim to shark teeth, something foul crosses your nose. Something way worse than any of the normal cave smells you've experienced before. Something fetid and rotting beyond this fish carcass.
Beyond, so towards the opening here.
I'm gonna continue exploring this side. of the
Basics,
cave.
make a perception check for me there.
Alright.
I'm gonna give you the second piece of information, then you guys can decide what to do with it.
Perception.
While Leo is arguing his point about the hammerhead, I try to shush him quickly and indicate to him that I think that there is something in this direction over here.
Okay. Kig, as you hear the same people just bicker back and forth as they always bicker back and forth, you're paying as much attention to them now as you ever really did, which is not a lot. But their bickering has turned your head in just such a way that north of your position, about 30 feet, you see a series of human skeletons scattered around the stone floor, all of them circling around a large wooden chest.
Alright. I'm gonna move over there, but I'm gonna try to do it with the least amount of noise as possible.
Okay. If you'd like to be stealthy, make a stealth check for me.
Cool.
Yeah, very shadowy. Quickly,
That
you
combined with my
skitter
boots.
against this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to approach them. 3 dead humanoid skeletons just laying here on the floor. Looks like no one's interacted with them in a very long time. There's some kind of ruined, not ruined uh, flag, tattered and dirty, collecting dust of decades, sitting beside them, and the same wooden locked chest that you saw from afar.
I'm gonna just ignore the dead
No, Dex,
bodies,
you're right.
like kind of like step over, like ugh, and then go straight for the chest. I wanna try and lock pick my way in if it needs a lock pick.
It does have an old, like ancient sort of paddle lock style lock on it.
All right. Then I take out my thieves' tools and I try and get at her.
Sure.
I'm going to start to head a
Try and
little
make some
further into
sort
the
of
tunnel.
Okay. As you can hear very distantly, Kig rummaging through his kit to find the right thieves' tools to crack open this very simple tumbler lock. You take 2 steps down into this more recessed portion of the cave, and the smell gets worse, and something shifts against the far wall to your left, moving just out of your line of sight into the darkest parts of the shadows that remain here.
Okay.
Kig, go ahead and give me your thieves' tools check.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm just. Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
Excellent. It is an old lock. It's rusty. I mean, you're not going to tell anybody, but halfway through, I think you more broke it than you picked it. But it comes apart, and the latch is free. You can open it if you wish.
Yes, I definitely wish to open this.
With all of the haste of a greedy little kobold, you fling the chest wide open, and a torrent of caustic green acid washes down all over your body, down the front of yourself, and filling this small area. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for half damage.
Oh no.
Please tell me that's at least.
Oh, look at that. 3
Oof.
ones.
Damn.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is very fortunate.
Lucky.
Yeah, the chest full of like liquid acid splashes all down the front of you. You dexterously leap back, emergency. Your armor's still sputtering and scalding, smoke tendrils rising up off of it. You take only 5 points of damage due to your nimble reaction speed. From a safe distance, peering over, there does appear to be a small copper box sitting at the bottom of the still acid-filled chest.
I'm not putting my hands in there. That's for sure. Can I try and like jimmy it out with the crowbar?
Do we see what's going on?
Oh yeah, definitely. The sound of
Yeah.
acid burning all over the place would easily have been heard by everyone in this room.
Gonna
This sounds way more interesting than a
gonna head
smell.
over here and be like, Kig, what'd you find?
Something shiny, but it's in a pool of acid. Zaz. Maybe you want to do some. I
Could
don't
I
know.
lift it out with some tongs I had with my pistols?
Can you?
You tell me. I don't know that. Well, I guess maybe the blacksmithing tongs would be deep enough.
I mean, they're fairly long, so
yeah,
you don't get burnt.
I think you could try it for sure.
I want to try it.
Okay. As soon as you insert your uh, blacksmithing tongs into the acid, they begin to corrode. There's like a boiling, sort of representative of the reaction, and you can place them down. Your hands are dangerously close, just above the level of the acid, still pooled here in the chest. You clamp down tight, and as you try to lift, there's a lot of resistance. This large copper box is quite hefty. I'll need you to make a strength check, and I'm going to have to make you do it with disadvantage because you're trying so hard not to burn your hands.
Alrighty.
10 is the number I was looking for.
Nice.
So you were like, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Very precariously bringing your tongs up way over your head, and you have that thought like, oh my god, if I drop this box, it is going to splash so much acid all over the front of me. But thankfully, you were able to safely extract this copper lockbox, and it's now out of the pool of acid. And Dax, yes, you can.
Open it, open it, open it.
I'm gonna do like away from the acid pool. I'm gonna do a little shake with the tongs. Make sure there's no acid left on this copper box, and then hand it to Kig.
Okay.
Because I know his skills of opening things are better than mine.
Yeah, they're not as good as this checking for traps. Okay. The lockbox has been like gently shook free of any remaining acid. Passing it to you, Kig. There is no lock, just an elaborate closure.
An elaborate closure. So is it like
It's like a two-part clasp, triple hinged on the back. No roll
try-
needed. You just have to open it.
yeah, I just try and peel it off with my little fingers, my little claws.
It opens effortlessly and it explodes in acid. Got you twice. No,
No
you,
way.
That would be amazing.
you flip the box open, and there's just 5 rows of 100 silver coins,
Okay.
Wow.
perfectly stacked on edge.
So we found 500 silver coins.
If you pull one out, it has a weird seal pressed into each one of them.
What the hell? Can I further inspect the seal, see if I kind of like recognize it?
Absolutely.
Alright,
Actually, make a history check for me, because this is actually maybe something you wouldn't have had any personal interaction
No,
with.
I'm not really that smart. I kind of just collect things and sell it. Hey, but it's a good roll.
But it is shiny, and you are quite familiar with the shinies. Each of these electrum pieces, you've identified the metal as electrum and not silver. Each of these electrum coins is stamped with the Stackamere sovereign seal.
Does anyone know what Stackamere is?
I don't know. Do I?
It's another region. It's one of the 4 allied nations that live on the same continent as Pendilor.
Hmm.
It's the sort of Gothic nation. Their
it's
leader is a
Ravendar. Yeah.
vampire.
Revenue.
It's what? Oh yes.
It's Ravendar.
Yep.
Wonder
Or
what this could be
fantasy
doing in
rupture.
a cave on a random island.
Yeah, somebody probably stole something from someone and hid it here.
Maybe
Classic
that would
pirate
explain
booty.
all the dead bodies, but
Well, you guys are milling over that. Dex, you press your body flush against the slick, wet wall, and you try to just kind of skirt down, taking care not to give away your position, making no sound, responding to no calls for "Hey, where's Reed?" The the motion startled you a little bit, but you are just so curious. Do you want to go farther into the cave and peek around the
I
corner?
will move 1 square over.
can't
Okay.
even see Reed anymore.
As you step
hope.
around the corner,
I remain
I'm sure
hidden.
you can see what can also now see you.
Ah,
You
shit.
find a huge 9 or 10 foot tall, pale white, almost albino looking creature with jagged spines for teeth and 4 long serpentine tentacles for legs. As you turn the corner into its line of sight, it seems to have been waiting for you, like it could either smell you or sense you with some supernatural ability. And it coils up those legs, standing so tall that its head barely scratches the roof of this cave. And it opens its maw of sharp teeth and just lets loose this blood-curdling, high-pitched scream and charges at you. You barely even notice that there's a small green-skinned person directly next to it, but it immediately just rushes your position. And Reed, I'll need you to roll initiative.
Well, fun times ahead.
Meanwhile, we're playing with some Pirates Pog collection.
How do you roll 2.1?
Wow, this one has Britney Spears on it.
The decimals are for tiebreakers.
Got it.
It means I have a dexterity of 11. So a person with the higher dex will go in the event of a tie. You react first. This just hideous creature. Its skin is more than white. It's almost translucent. Like you can almost see its organs through its skin.
Do I have any idea what it is?
Um, Are you trained in Arcana?
No.
Then you have no idea. This is some nightmarish thing from your worst horrorscapes, and it's trying to eat you with needles for teeth.
Okay.
Beyond that, it's
Well,
gross and it smells awful.
shit. I was not quite prepared for that. Well, hopefully it doesn't try to fear me. All right. I am. My immediate instinct is to fists up, and uh, I'm going to unarmed strike this thing
Punch it.
with my hands beginning to glow with light.
The first one misses. The second one hits square in its chest.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to spend a key point for what the hell, patient defense,
Okay.
so I can take the dodge action.
Okay.
I don't know what dodge does. You're gonna have to tell me.
Dodge means that attacks against you have disadvantage.
Great.
Anybody can take it as their action, but your key point lets you take it as a bonus, so you can still make your attacks and then also dodge.
And
normally, a character would have to choose between one or the other.
a quick moment of excitement. A squeak. Help!
Your fist hits it dead center mass. Its skin is like thick and almost rubbery. Like you move it and you feel something solid beyond it, but it is inhuman. It is not like anything you've dealt with before.
Do I notice that because that my radiant effect for my unarmed strike does any damage?
It doesn't seem to have been any more or less effective than any other attack you've made against a creature you don't fully understand yet.
Okay.
While you're dealing with that, what looks like an old woman with just saggy features slowly creeps up behind the creature, and she's using a long trident weapon, more like a walking staff, to aid her. But you immediately recognize it as the same kind of weapon that the fish people were using, and she attempts to shoot you with it.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, what a nice old lady. Oh my god.
They both go wide. You like do a Matrix style back dodge, and they stick into the stone behind you. And like before, you can see them slowly start to regrow, as is their technology. The old green-skinned woman with just perpetually wet hair and skin and sagging features just points to the creature. "Dispatch him quickly, scum!" she says in common.
Shit.
The
Oh,
massive
boy.
creature with tentacles for legs then attempts to rend you. It reaches out with its long taloned fingers and slashes at you. It touches you, and the rake of its claws burn your flesh as it
Is that
shears right through your leather armor.
is
But
that
more
with
importantly,
disadvantage?
oh right, sorry. Maybe I should not narrate just yet.
God damn it!
Oh,
You're lucky. You turned the crit into just a really bad hit.
Okay.
As the claws rake across your body, shearing through your leather armor, there's this burning sensation as the claws cut your flesh. But more importantly, your mind is just suddenly filled with horrible visions of this creature splaying you open on a table and eating your entrails while you're still alive. Racked by the just horrible, horrible vision of that, you take 12 points of psychic damage. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I am rolling impossibly low. it attempts to strike a second time with the same attack. 14, I believe, misses you, though.
Yes, it does.
All right. To my friends at the chest, you can hear suddenly cutting through the sound of the raging underground river and your own jokes about Kig almost being obliterated by a pool of acid. Just a piercing sound of Reed calling for help. You immediately recognize it. Your traveling companion, who's normally so serene and so calculated, seems panicked. I'll need each of the three of you to roll initiative. All right. At the start of round 2, Kig, you react first. You're hyper aware, always vigilant, and very fast. What do you want to do?
I really wanted to rummage through these bodies, but I'm gonna dash and then also take my movement just to get over there as fast as possible.
Okay.
I don't know how much is. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna dash all the way over here because that's about as far as I can go. I still really can't see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. That's all I can really do though.
All right.
I just kind of wave at Reed. Hi.
Reed, you see Kig is rushing to your help, but he's still just like a critical 15 feet away. You're staring down this just disgusting, nightmarish creature with almost translucent skin. What do you want to do?
If I were to use my my cone attack, could I get them both if I aim like over here?
I think I would answer with, I believe there is a way for you to do it. I don't think where you're standing you can get both of them with a cone, but if you move to here, you could easily get both of them with a 15-foot cone.
Okay, then that's what I'll do. Like in an effort
Yeah.
just to sway them. I do that, and from there, I'm going to cast my Radiant Sunbolt at her.
That's a hit.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then now with my bonus action, I'm going to use my Searing Arc Strike and use my Burning Hands as a higher level spell to attack, spending 3 key points in the process.
Glad I'm not the only one rolling once.
Lucky might still apply. Yes, when I roll a 1 on an attack roll.
That's a damage roll, though.
Oh, that's damage. Never mind. Fuck that shit.
The dexterity save is showing 0, and I'm sure that's not the case.
No, I think it's 13.
Okay. Once for the green old woman. And once for the scum. Oh, he doesn't have advantage or disadvantage. So 9 takes full, 18 takes half. So she takes 7 and he takes 14.
Good news. Suddenly, the tunnel glows.
Yeah, for a moment you can see flashes of brilliant color. You see all of the washed up kelp and dead fish bones in brilliant living color until the gout of flames from your hand dissipates, and then you're back to black and white dark vision. Do you want to do anything else, Reed? I think that's pretty much all you can do. But
I don't think there is anything else I can do. Yeah. Not
Zaz,
safely.
it's your turn.
All right. Well, first, Zaz is going to move 30 feet because he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Well, unfortunately, Zaz is in a cave, and this is not where he fights well. So he's gonna. Oh wait, I don't even see Reed. Well, that sucks. Probably for him. So I can't call lightning in a cave, but I can sleet storm in a cave.
Nice.
Logic and reason to
So
hand.
I know, right? So he's gonna call down a sleet storm,
Nice.
and it's gonna be centered. I don't know, like in the back because it's a 40-foot radius.
Oh damn. That's everybody in that cave, right? That's
Is that gonna affect the crowd?
Yes. Fortunately, all of my dexterous friends are in or near the cave.
Poor Leo. He's gonna have to shimmy his way over.
I guarantee you, I am not dexterous at all.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Baby steps.
Oh, I love the anime.
nice. Yeah, Kig, you watch as he Zaz pulls a few pinches of dust out of a pouch and scoops some moisture off the wall and just draws it across his hand, and it just becomes like a beautiful drift of snow, which as he blows into the cave roils into this massive storm of sleet and ice. You suspect that flourish was just there to impress you. Any bonus action, Zaz?
No, because that was cool enough.
I'm all out of cool right now.
I get it because of the sleet.
Nah.
Leo, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna lightly jog to here. I don't know why I'm drawing. Whoops.
Wow.
That's a pretty good line, though.
Meant to do this one.
Your light jog is 40 feet?
45 feet, I believe.
All right.
So I'll head here. Oh shit, what's that?
You run into the room. Suddenly, the entire space that you just stepped into feels 60 degrees colder than it was a moment ago. There's
Lovely.
actually snow falling in this cave, and ice patterns are starting to grow all along the floor here. As you take your first step down the incline here, it's almost like you're skating. It's really slippery.
I don't know
Sweet.
what it is, but don't let it touch you. It hurts.
I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna throw a javelin at this blob.
Sure.
All right. I have to play the
Yeah, you
rules.
started this turn.
Well, you have to make a deck save when you go into this snowstorm.
You draw your javelin, cock it back, your feet go right up from underneath you, you fall flat on your ass.
Nice.
Oh man.
The good news, bad news situation here is that it doesn't hurt, doesn't do any damage, but you did use all of your movement to get here, so you can't stand up. Standing up costs half of your movement. So you can attempt to throw the javelin from prone, but I think that's going to be disadvantage.
Leo would totally
do it
do that.
anyways. Yeah.
Just,
And he'll do it as a reckless attack because it's very reckless throwing from
it is very
prone.
reckless. That's true. Yeah.
So
just
it
a
won't
normal
be
attack.
normal. Yeah.
John, for added flavor, these look like stairs or a ramp. Is this by any chance sloping
It is.
downward?
Oh,
It
That's a
is.
slide.
Mm-hmm.
You just sat down on an ice slide.
Am I here now?
Yes, you are.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Then if that's what happens, I'm clearly gonna try to smack him with the mandible from disadvantage instead,
Mm-hmm.
on your
because
butt.
that's what he would do.
Seems good.
It's like got your
Nice.
mandible
Oh.
ready.
And
And
a critical
you're
hit
just
anyway.
I hit him with the crit.
Nice.
And
see
so
that.
I do some damage. Nice. Wow, that's an amazing roll. Holy shit.
That is an amazing roll.
And then what
That,
do I get another hit for a critical hit, or does he get a crit chart or something?
So the game rolled it for you. You rolled a 10 plus 4 on your normal attack, and then your critical D10 only came up a 2. So like a little bit of a boo. That's your damage, but you do get to roll on the crit table.
Okay, and that's a D100, right?
Yep.
Let's see, D100. I think I just do this, right?
There you go.
Nice.
Or
64.
the multi-dice roller. Yep. Oh boy, that seems like it should be pretty good.
If he's prone too, that's great. We both just went prone.
Your senses heighten and you become aware of threats around the battlefield. You are able to use the dodge action after this attack.
Oh, nice. My God.
Awesome.
What is it?
So
Leo just runs over blindly, jumps into the way, falls down a slide, gets his manville ready,
And I use the
smacks him on
momentum
the
from
momentum
sliding
down,
to whack this guy on my stomach.
yep.
and immediately gets on his feet, ready to dodge.
Go down the slip
Also,
and slide. Your heels stick into the ground, catapulting you forward. Use the momentum to just crush the creature with your manville, and then carry that forward momentum as it tries to slash at you, kind of like tumble over it in this just absolutely brilliantly deft maneuver.
and now my ancestral protectors are just ice skating around him.
Nice.
And I think that's no. Actually, I get an extra attack. Can I still do that?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna try to manville him again.
12 misses, unfortunately.
Okay.
You've exhausted all of your good luck.
That's all right. That was a pretty good turn. I'll
It
take
was
it.
a really good turn. Yep. All right. Oh, that's interesting.
Crap.
I did not think about the synergy of this. Leo, the green-skinned old woman with perpetually wet and saggy features, like leans in towards your personage who's just laying on the ground, and like to your mind, the room dims and all you can see is her face is to glow with this sort of eerie lime light. And as that happens, the flesh starts to slough off of her skin, revealing just this jagged, twisted, contorting bone feature. And it opens its mouth, and worms rush out of it, screaming at you. I need your character to make a wisdom saving throw.
Nice.
That's
Surprisingly resolute, you are not afraid of her horrific appearance. And as such, you also can't be affected by it for another 24 hours.
I grew up in caves, and worms don't affect me.
And to be fair, he's still just going around how awesome that last move was.
Also, I'm very dizzy and disoriented right now from sliding around. So I
Right.
even though I saw it, I really didn't see it.
Oh, yeah. You do have to remind me about this stuff.
yeah.
She falls flat on her ass, uses half of her movement to stand back up, and does what she did.
Sorry, I
No,
you know,
you have to watch me. I'm terrible at micromanaging persistent spell effects.
that detect magic gif from a couple days ago was coming in of like, John, I need you to remember my sleet storm is in effect.
That is one of my worst weaknesses. Like, I don't even take it personally because you guys have the spells, and I will 100% of the time, well, 98% of the time, cheat you out of them every single time. That was it for the hag. Okay, the scum person doesn't like the fact that you crushed his right shoulder with your giant hammer, and will attempt to attack you now.
Can I dodge?
Reed whispers a sigh of relief and a prayer to whatever gods are listening, saying, "Thank you."
A hit and then a critical miss. We'll resolve the hit first. You take 20 points of psychic damage.
Which he's doing that at disadvantage, right?
Yes, but he
'Cause
also
of
has
dodge.
advantage because of reckless.
Yeah, reckless.
Oh, well, stupid barbarians.
No.
Maybe. Oh,
And the
No.
scum
Great.
also fell down and had to stand back up, so he won't be moving anywhere else this turn. It's like with 4 tentacles, he does like the Bambi on ice. Okay, I got it. Flap.
So can he have double disadvantage or no?
No, you can only, like, regardless of how many things grant it, you can only ever have one instance of
Okay,
advantage.
I
or
wasn't sure.
disadvantage. So 20 points of psychic damage as the talons rend your flesh, which is bad, but then your mind is just filled with whatever things terrorize you the most. Ancient, childhood trauma revisited freshly in your mind. It's truly horrific. So 20 points of psychic, and then a 1, which I think I have to roll on the table for.
And falls prone.
I wish being brave meant resistance to fear-based psychic damage as well as just being frightened.
That's funny. I lose my balance while attacking. I fall prone, and my move speed is reduced to 0 this turn. So he is now prone.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Take him while he's down. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
All right, Kig, it is your turn. Bambi Tentacle on Ice has struggled a little bit, straight up starfish now, and his all 4 legs going to different cardinal directions, and he's struggling to figure out how to get back up.
Does that pass your save? Says.
It does.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna move right next to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a slash at him with my sword.
Okay. Remember, he's prone, so that has advantage.
Oh, I've got tons of advantage to go around.
22 hits.
And then I'm just gonna dash. Use my bonus action to evade, get out of his attack distance.
Did he still get an attack of opportunity if he's prone?
He would, but Kig gets to disengage as a bonus.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was
to be
asking for
clear,
myself, not Gig.
Yeah. Excuse me. Any attack from melee is made with or from prone is made with disadvantage, but the prone condition doesn't preclude the possibility of him making an attack of opportunity.
Great.
If a character had multiple reactions, he might choose not to take that just because it's with disadvantage. And there might be something better to use your reaction for, but nothing in the rules stops it. It just makes it harder.
Good. Thank you.
Oh, and it is Reed's turn.
I'm gonna
Ask
move
him
through
first.
the guy to this side.
Okay.
I can do that because I'm nimble. Do I still have
Using
to do
his
dex?
shoulders as like a pommel horse, you just kind of handstand over him.
Yes.
Still dexterity save against the sleet storm.
Ugh.
Oh
This is
no!
disgusting.
After your pommel horse handstand, you land your right up underneath you, ass on the ground. Thud. You look at everybody. It's the embarrassment that hurts more than the ass plant, but
That's
Turn
only
it
half
into
my
a
movement
win. You can
anyways,
do it.
right?
yep. You have
Stand
have
up.
half of your movement left, so you stand up. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna continue with my radiant sunbolt attack against this lovely green witch because I didn't feel like I was doing enough damage against this guy.
Okay.
So, extra attack, spending a key point.
Bro,
Oh,
freaking monks, man.
2 hits only.
Ah, okay.
17 and 14.
17 and 24.
Points.
Wait, did 15 didn't
Yeah.
hit?
No, 17 and 24. She's
Okay.
16.
Got it.
Sorry, I think I said 17 and 14, which I will give you as terribly confusing.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, it's specific numbers. That would be great.
And that ends my turn.
Okay.
Frickin' surprise attack me!
Zaz, you're watching with like a particular amount of enjoyment as everybody is just slip sliding all the damn frozen cave floor.
Yeah.
What do you want?
He's gonna be giggling, but first we gotta cancel that spell because it was funny, but now it's serious time because Zaz wants to walk
Okay, right.
Because you want to walk in.
Can't spoil the entrance.
Yeah. in. Yeah,
He
that's
doesn't
fine.
serve a god of mischief.
So it's only going to be able to get that far because there's a giant thing in the way. And honestly, he's just gonna hit it with a hammer.
Hell yeah. Hammer time.
Little squeaky hammer. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do this very often, but there's not a lot. There's not else a lot to do in this tiny cave.
Agreed. Don't forget
And
advantage.
oh hey, I don't think I've ever done that. A lot of that orating was because I had to figure out how to attack.
Gonna
Bonk.
hit my hammer.
Nice.
Which is here somewhere. Oh, and a critical hit.
Hell yeah. Let's kill this thing. Hammer
Not to
time.
brag, but I don't do this a lot. Perfect score.
Yes.
Oh wait, shoot.
Oh, again.
That's,
Wait, the first one.
That second one was me trying to roll damage, and I don't know how to do that.
Click on the
word
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Is your
Nice.
strength
Wait, but it didn't give me
literally
crit
10?
damage.
It did. You rolled
Right.
2d8s. One of them was a 6 and one of them was a 1.
Oh yeah, and yes, my strength is
Yep.
10. Dude, my stats are so bad.
7 points of damage with a crit, but you do get to roll on the table. 56. You are able to maneuver toward your opponent while attacking and harass them. After your attack, you can choose to automatically succeed in grappling your opponent if you have a free hand, or shoving your opponent if both hands are in use.
Okay,
Grappled.
so here's how this goes.
Try to get out. Push
Uh,
back down.
Zaz gets a burst of courage and runs down the ice slide and lucks his way into, like, stumbling into a beautiful hit on this thing's dome while it's already prone. But the momentum is so fierce that he just keeps slipping and sliding and just, like, tumbles onto the thing into a grapple.
Nice. Okay. While the thing's laying on the ground, you just, like, straight up ground and pound. You've got your tail wrapped around his neck. You're trying to armbar.
Armbar, yeah.
Tap out,
Oh, yeah.
bitch! Tap out!
Exactly what I was thinking.
Give me a strength check, just so we have a thing I can roll against.
Great. Oh, shoot.
15's respectable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Leo numbers, but it's really pretty good.
Hey, it's pretty good.
All right, Leo. Your
Now, let's
bum
see.
is no longer frozen. The cold stone floor is now just a normal cold. The sleet storm has abated.
I will use my movement to get up out of prone. Then I'm going to, just because I never do this and I kind of want to, I just want to take my javelin and I'm just going to throw it right at the chest of that scary lady. Just
Okay.
impale her.
Before he does that, I just yell at her. Nobody dispatches me.
Ooh.
You miss. At the precise moment of release, Reed yells at you, and, like, it just throws the whole thing off. Javelin
It's my fault.
goes shattering into the stone wall far behind her. She
Good
looks.
job.
You think you can hear her snicker a little bit.
Oh, man. I'm going to run at her. And do I have any more movement left? Actually, I don't know if I do.
You have. It only costs half of your movement to stand up, rounded down. So 20
Okay,
feet.
so I
it took
do.
you to stand up, so you've got
All
25.
right, then I'm just
left,
going to
yeah.
move here. And I'm just going to, as I'm moving at her, I'm just going to pull out the manville and just kind of, like, full swing at her head and see what happens.
Okay. Probably an 11. 16 hits.
Nice.
Oh, I did call the damage though.
You did call the damage.
Oh no. You just smash her in the head, like a baseball on a tee. It just is total goosh city. Green viscous blood splatters against the far side of the cave wall. She
Towards Reed.
drops. She drops instantly, hacking and coughing. Her last words are a gargle as she's choking on her own blood. Something to the effect of, "She will kill you. She will kill you." And then her body just starts convulsing on the cold stone floor.
Nice.
Did it hurt?
Is Das Scum's turn. Because I'm at disadvantage if I attack anybody except Leo. I feel like I'm incentivized to attack Leo.
I didn't do a reckless attack. So,
Okay.
oh, never mind.
You take 16 points of psychic damage as, again, just traumatic memories are being forced. You're being forced to relive them. Ancient horrors, terrible sights and sounds. The small lacerations on your skin are sucks that psychic is the only damage you're not resistant to, huh?
That's all right.
Do you
He's
bleed?
he's about to die.
Kig, it's your turn. Oh, and I stand up. Sorry, I did not say that, but I did it.
Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna come in, take a slash at it, and get out once again.
Classic rogue maneuver. In, hit it from behind, and be out before morning.
Oh my Lanta.
Nice.
That is 19 points of damage.
And I'm a disengage.
Run away! Reed, it is your turn.
Feeling like realizing my only enemy left is this squishy thing, and remembering how very unpleasant it was to punch it, I instead pull out my sickle and I attack with that.
Okay.
23 each. Jesus.
That is an effective attack. 25
And
With the
will
11,
always get it
nice.
done.
I use my bonus action to use my emerald belt to restore some of my key points.
Okay.
Which is 1d4 plus 1. So I get 4 key points back.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Is the sound that the emerald belt makes.
Yes,
I
it
see.
is.
All right. Reed, you slash through its thick rubbery skin with your sickle, doing some grievous damage. For the first time ever, the creature seems a lot less vicious. Its visage has changed significantly. Instead of being so aggressive, it seems to be trying to figure out a way to escape. But it seems to have resigned itself to the fact that this is likely where it dies. There's a deep sadness somewhere in its eyes. Zaz, it's your turn.
Don't make it my turn right as you make the thing pitiable.
Show no mercies.
Did we break out of the grapple?
Shit.
Is it you? It is totally okay if you just say like, oh yeah, Zaz is just like uselessly hanging on because he has 10 freaking
Yes.
strength.
Please do that.
Also 3
Nope.
feet tall.
I don't normally like to retcon stuff.
No. So here, I'll make you a deal on this.
Sure.
Because this will work better, and because it was a bonus thing anyway. The thing manages to like kind of wriggle around, but he doesn't get rid of Zaz. So Zaz is still there, and I would like the entirety of this turn to be to trip this thing up so fiercely to set up an amazing attack from Leo.
Okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. Your grapple persists as it tries to lash out at Leo. You continuously try to bind its legs and its arms with your tail and both arms, just distracting it so much and confounding all of its attacks. The next attack Leo makes will be with advantage.
Nice. And it's gonna be a nice manville hit to the head. Because that's all I
Do
know
you
how
want
to
to do anything else, Seth?
Uh,
I feel like sometimes you have really good bonus actions and then sometimes not.
I actually don't have a lot of good bonus actions. So I think no. Like I really want to maintain this,
Mhm.
and I have the exact division in my head and a video queued up for how this goes if Leo doesn't cock this
Okay.
up.
Perfect. I do like this moment. All right, so Leo, no pressure.
No pressure, but I'm about to
But
just whack this guy
Zaz gave away
real
a great
hard.
turn so that we could have a video here, so don't fuck this
Just
up.
I'm not gonna fuck this up. And here we go.
Oh, that was so close, bud. That's
Hey,
a hit.
I didn't fuck this up because he did that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm gonna roll for some damage.
Please do.
It's not a lot of damage.
Oh,
What
that's
is that?
definitely some damage.
Yeah, some.
But after going through with one swing, I'm gonna go back and just go with the momentum and go around and just recklessly
Right, you
attack
were saving
again.
it all for the second one.
And I'm gonna hit him again with a reckless attack here.
Hit.
And just fully swing at him and deal 11 more points of damage.
You fell him to exactly 0.
Nice.
Nice.
With him dead without even looking at it and just feeling a little bit of anger from having been caught off guard the way I was.
Hey,
I
that
just
was
go over
us.
to the witch and just be like, just kind of grumble to myself. You better have at least something useful.
Good job, guys. You earned that video.
That was
I'm
awesome.
watching it now. Oh damn. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Man, I sure wish we had a magic person up here near us who's really good at identifying things.
The sea hag, like you would expect with all of the creatures that you guys have dealt with before that seem to be of the fish people persuasion, while she looks nothing like them, she used their technology, and in death her body becomes that aqueous fluid and just seeps through the cracks in the ground trying to return somewhere, as does her weapon. But the large rubbery skinned pale creature does not.
Reed just growls and turns around. He's not
Do,
having of it today.
do any of
I mean,
us
at
know
least you
anything
didn't wear an
about
acid chest.
this creature? Of what it might be?
No.
The Morpheus blob.
Reed was not able to identify it. It would take someone with training in the arcane.
This would be a great time to go back and get one of our fellow friends and bring them back this way.
What lovely timing. Who's going to help him cross the chasm?
Leo will.
Leo casts Yeet.
Well, there is a,
Hey.
I believe it's over here. Right here.
Leo,
Mhm,
before you walk away, I'm going to heal your damage.
All of it?
I think I moved something by accident that I'm not supposed to.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what the fuck that
Oh,
is.
yeah. That's just there for Lav. That's his Shadow Beast. I was just keeping it off map in case he wanted it for this one.
1d6 plus 4.
Leo's gonna bellow down the entrance and say, "Don't go to the left fork, go to the right one."
And Zaz is going to whisper loudly at you, Chimeras!
And then I'm gonna throw the rope back across and pull Kel across the gap.
Okay. Athletics check with advantage.
From me?
Yeah.
Leo, you get 14 health back.
Oh, sweet, thank you.
Please let me find my pants first. That's where I
Dax is
keep.
over here giving away 14 heaths.
I know. And you get a Heath bar? Times
some peace.
14. They start helicoptering arms, like flinging Heath bars at them.
Oof.
Perfect. That is the only failure we had crossing the chasm today. Your jump comes up way short. All of you jumped in unison. The Skelly Archers, your Zombo, all managed to make the jump. You do like the very classic Wile E. Coyote moment where you just realize you are not going to make it. You have just enough time to like hold up this sign with the sad face on it, and you begin to drop like a stone. Leo starts coiling up the rope and bracing himself. It snaps taut and just wrenches against your ribs, and you slam against the far face of that cliff. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage from the snap of the rope and the crash into the cliff face, but Leo is able to drag you up. You're now on this side of it with everybody else. It's a nice little
Cool.
good morning.
Let me quickly grab some food, and then I will identify the thing. I'm sorry. It just arrived.
Excellent.
We've been doing this for about an hour and a half. If we want to take a quick 5.
Actually, that's probably a good idea.
Did I
Let's
find
take 5
cool.
everybody.
Awesome.
All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. We can start.
I'm also here.
I'm here. But I'm slightly distracted.
I mean,
Are you watching Yakuza of Zero videos too?
No, I'm tracing a hammerhead head in my CAD program.
Oh,
Because I have an idea for a weapon I want to make. And so, of course, I'm going to 3D model it.
and it's fun to just say hammerhead head.
Hammerhead head. It's true.
Hammerhead head.
All right. It looks like Kel has joined us.
Perhaps Kel heard the
Yep.
commotion from the entrance of the cave and decided to rush in, but by the time they got there, all the action was already
I was gonna say,
over.
decided to say nope.
And they were calling. They couldn't get across the chasm without help, so waited until someone was able to assist. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that works.
Nice.
What's this magic stuff I'm looking at?
Yeah.
There's a
I poke it with my
large
staff.
dead creature. It's got translucent rubbery skin, a gaping maw of long needle-like teeth, and 4 coiled tentacles as legs in its lower half. It seemed inhuman and had psychic abilities. There it is. Kel recognizes it as a scum, SKUM.
oh, I thought it was just his name.
They are truly unfortunate creatures. These are long-term victims of an aboleth's domination, to a point that they have not only altered their psyche but also their biology. They become these languid, subhuman creatures that only exist in the deepest, darkest places of the ocean. The only conclusion that can be drawn is that they might have been part of Undine's armada and were just washed ashore here after the storm scattered them. But pity should definitely be given to this creature. This was an unwilling servant who was basically psychically raped, for lack of a better term, for years on end until it broke it down into a subhuman.
And you killed it, Leo.
Sure did.
Without remorse.
Death is a kindness here.
Yeah.
So that's why it was crying while Zaz was on its back choking it out.
Suddenly, Reed feels a little uncomfortable.
I mean, and really, if it's anybody's fault, it's Reed's fault. So
True.
it was just hiding in its cave here, and then you attacked it.
Hey, it wasn't alone, and its master told it to dispatch of me. Thank you very much. I didn't realize I was being kind at the time, but I switched attacks to the sea hag at first. Thank you.
I destroyed her head, okay? I feel
That's
like
true.
I did a pretty good job there.
She really lost her head in that one.
Nobody
Good job,
dispatches Reed. Leo agrees.
I mean, I dispatched both of them. Let's be clear. I killed everybody.
I killed them, and not just the men, the women and the children too.
Oh my lord.
They're like animals,
Oh.
and I slaughtered them like animals.
Thank you, Anakin.
All right. There doesn't seem to be much else of interest here. Just fetid pools of feces, partially digested fish guts, 2 corpses, one that became that aqueous fluid and returned to the source, and the poor rubbery skinned body of the scum creature.
Have we encountered any chimera yet?
No.
Nope.
This is a weird
If
cave.
they were here, they heard us, though.
We have not been terribly quiet.
For sure.
There's nothing of interest, nothing left to inspect.
The scum has no pockets and wore no gear or items.
We could be even less quiet if Zaz cast Thunderwave.
I haven't cast any thunder spells yet, thank you.
Just waiting for that glorious moment. Thunder, thunder, thunder spells.
Just kind of hear like a rumbling above the
I'm
cave.
going to say that Reed, in a moment of remorse and new understanding, thanks to Kel's enlightenment there, he leans down and lightly touches the scum and says a word of apology and praise to the whatever spirits are out there that this creature is now at peace.
I like the deeply enlightened monk of, praying to whatever's out there.
I don't know what monks praise.
Well,
I'm
that's up to
sorry.
you. You tell me what you believe in.
I'm a Sun Soul monk. I believe in the light
Fair enough.
and the inner key. So I'm just searching my inner energy to pray to the light and whatever spirits might be listening. There.
Can I tell you the good word of Talos?
You may not.
In before Reed gets corrupted and turned into a Lich King like Anduin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Halfway through your beautiful benediction, Zaz leans
damn.
over and whispers that he's pretty sure you've placed your hands on its genitals.
It still hits hard. Good lord.
I would like to confirm that.
Oh man! All right,
Reed
exiting out of
swallows hard and leaves.
this, exiting out of this sunken to the main level of path here that we've been traveling through this cave. You guys are back at the treasure chest that was booby trapped. The small copper chest still remains with 500 electrum pieces, all neatly stacked on end, each one stamped with as a Stakhamir silver sovereign.
How much is this
Is
worth?
that 50 gold or 50 platinum?
50 gold. Or no, wait, it's 2 to 1. So 500 electrum pieces is 1,000 gold.
Oh damn, it's a lot.
Yeah. I didn't really know what to make of it.
Can I take their flag?
Well, it's treasure.
If you'd like,
I'd love to take their flag.
sure. Tattered pirate's flag.
I'm going to explore what's left of the cave.
Yeah, Zaz is gonna go with you.
Okay. Reed, you get to a point where you're walking alongside that raging underground river that we've crossed once before. There's a broader chasm than we've seen previously. And this is a path, like if you were to head directly south, that looks well traveled. There's deep scoring and gouging in the rock faces here, where a large, heavy, taloned creature likely jumped this space many, many times. It looks exceedingly well traveled.
Like right
Across that gap, yeah.
here.
A mighty leap for someone of your size, but for a large winged creature, a very easy jump, you suspect. The cave rises in inclination to your character's left against the east wall there. There's a path just full of settled dust. Looks like nothing's been over there in a very long time.
All right.
Would you say it might be easier if we could fly across?
Let's say
It
it
would
would
certainly
be
be a
easier.
lot safer.
Oh, flying would be great. If only.
I point out to
Well,
Zaz the markings on the box.
Well, let's get the dwarf and we'll get to flinging.
I'm gonna start heading that direction.
So, uh, I
Do we notice this area right here?
You do. It's slightly inclined, like higher up than the part of the cave you're in right now, which is a small sort of like berm-like incline that goes up quite a ways. It's
Definitely
littered
want
in
to go over
dust.
there.
No one's been anywhere near it in decades.
Want
Go.
to head up there, check it out.
what's that skull?
Sitting propped up against one of the small corners of this cave, amongst a outcropping of just decades old grown stalagmites, is a jade skull.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I'm gonna take a step back.
I want to ask our rogue named Kig, the sword, or trident, depending on his day,
I was
Mhm.
gonna let Zaz know, honestly. It's
Or the
shiny.
bow.
Yeah, since he's
or the
capable
bow.
of, that's true.
Mhm.
Kig, sword / trident / bow. Hey, do you by chance detect any traps around this thing? I kind of want to grab it.
Detect what now?
What's that now?
Shiny skull traps. Do
Is
you?
there a check I hit for that, or
You can give me a perception roll. You're not sure what to make of the situation, but always confident, you just silently give Leo the thumbs up with 100% of your confidence.
I 100%
Good.
believe him, and I grab the skull.
You Leo grab the skull with both hands. It's much heavier than you would have thought it is. As you bring it up to like face level to get a good look at it, there's runes etched all along its surface. It's smooth and cold to the touch, almost polished. It appears to be gemstone rather than bone, and the back half of it is hinged.
Hmm.
I think you should open it.
I definitely should.
Do you want me to take a look at those runes
I'm
first?
just deciding if Leo would actually ask you to look at his runes first. Yes. I'm sorry.
Trying to decide.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he would ask you first. We've traveled enough that I'd
Actually,
be like, "Hey, I'm not unfamiliar with these runes. Would you mind checking them out?"
Especially after what
Okay.
happened with the last thing that opened up.
Especially after watching or hearing Kate open a chest full of poison.
You want an Arcana check from
yes,
me?
please.
All that I'm good for today.
Apparently so.
Doing
Same
pretty good.
same result, but yeah.
yeah, you're
Um,
doing
We're
really
gonna we're
good.
gonna nickname you Wikipedia instead of Kel.
mhm. It
Please
Kel-
don't.
they are they are some kind of transmutation magic. There's also elements of necromancy present here. You are not familiar with what this item is, but you would be willing to wager heavily that it's magical. This kind of craftsmanship is beyond just the beauty of the thing. These runes are intentional and deliberate.
I don't have an identify spell prepared today. If we hold on to it, I can identify it after we have a long rest. I don't think there's a way for me to switch what spells I prepared via short rest, is there?
Mm-mm.
So Leo's gonna
Well,
do that thing where he's like, "So is
I
it
mean,
safe to
sure.
open?"
I also silently give you the thumbs up.
I
Sounds
100%
clear.
believe my teammates, and I'm gonna open it.
Actually, or maybe I should open it. I think I
Okay.
should open it.
I hand it to Kel.
I'm gonna open it
Okay. Um, Kel, I need
and
you
maybe have everyone step
to make a
back.
wisdom saving throw. It
Oh, I'm so glad it was you,
hinges at
not
the
me.
back, opening up. The interior looks like it's been designed to be worn as a mask.
Where it?
As you unclasp the back closures and it opens up, sort of like Iron Man helmet style. Kel, you can hear the distant beating of drums. This constant driving percussive sound just rhythmically in your head. You look around, no one else seems to hear it, but it's just there in the back of your mind.
I'm gonna close the
Put it
skull.
on.
Does that stop?
It does. You get kind of a Jumanji vibe from it.
Oh, I'm so gonna get
Someone's
cursed.
gonna turn into Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna put on the mask. I'm gonna see what happens.
Mask.
Did you say you want to put it on, Kel?
Yeah,
Okay. Parting
for science.
parting the mask again in the back, it opens up on those same hinges. You hear that same percussive drum beat over and over again as your face sinks into the nasal and ocular sockets of this jade mask. The helmet closes on its own, locking your head in it. There's a flash of searing pain, and then nothing.
And if nothing.
Cool.
You have a jade head.
Can I see, or am I also blind?
No, you can see through the eyelets.
Cool. Well, I don't have to put this in my bag, and now I'm just wearing it. Let's move on.
As you walk past Leo, Leo notes that there are no longer hinges on the skull.
Ooh, this is gonna be real
Hey,
fun.
there's no more hinges on that skull.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it's working as intended.
Yes,
They
clearly I knew
hammer
exactly
it
what this was going to do, and I'm fine with this. Leo, you notice one other thing. You are obsessed, obviously, with the potential that this is like a stone carved magical item. It's got your half dwarven curiosity piqued, and it would take something truly awe inspiring, I think, to distract you from this. And unfortunately, the stalagmite rather, that you're leaning against shifts ever so slightly.
I shifted more.
A seam appears just above the level of your waist in the stalagmite, and it starts to tip backwards, and as it does, it reveals a row of teeth. Suddenly, stony tentacles lash out from all around you, and a large central eye on the biggest stalagmite opens, and a massive creature bellows. You now see that you are in a giant roper.
Ah, god damn it.
Roll initiative.
What did you do?
I'm gonna punch it.
Oh my
From
god.
the inside.
What is a roper?
A roper is a large large animated like stalagmite. It's a patience hunter. It can conserve food for decades, going into a dormant state. While it is dormant, it appears to be completely mundane stone, and it waits for something to come near it, and then it will violently kill, murder, and eat it.
Hey.
It is
Some
loosely
more.
based on the Watcher in the Deep from Lord of the Rings.
Initiative?
Leah thought this was
Mhm.
gonna be a good thing.
Yeah, he acted like he was flipping some secret lever and there's gonna be treasure.
Man, I was gonna keep pushing its head back. I'm just gonna try to split this guy in half. Rip its jaw off.
You were gonna say rip its neck out or something.
Rip its jaw off.
Damn it. Oh yeah, definitely don't flick that little bony bit.
I'm gonna rip its dick off.
You also touched its junk.
All right, it looks like Kig's up first. Kig, you don't even really see what's happening until suddenly there's just tentacles lashing everywhere and a giant maw of teeth that can easily. Now it's time to pay attention.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot my bow. I'm not gonna try and move up on this thing.
Okay,
Get grappled and eaten.
that seems very fair.
Uh,
That hits.
for 7.
The
Yeah, I'm not doing
short bow
anything else.
arrow just like kind of clangs against it. You hear a sound and you look at its feet. The metal of the arrowhead has shattered against the stony hide of this creature.
I'm useless here.
Kel, it's your turn unless Kig's gonna move.
No.
I'm a disengage. I can do that, right?
As your action, yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are any of my other skeletons in range of it, or would they have to disengage to move away?
They would also have to disengage to move away without attacks.
All three of them?
Yeah, it's got 15 feet.
Oh, look. We all disengage.
We out.
Nope.
All right. Reed. You've
Uh,
already fought one tentacly creature today. What's two?
yeah. And after seeing Leo in what I perceive to be peril, after he just saved my ass, I'm gonna like hop into the fray and punch, punch, punch. Unarmed strike with my hands glowing. No. Yes. I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, I like this better when you narrate it. Disappointed? No. Probably yes. Excitement? You're correct. Missing a hit.
Hooray! And then, being my usual monk self, spend a key point to get two more. Yes,
Hit
yes?
and miss. Nope.
No!
Yes, no.
Damn it.
19's
This
a
is not going to
miss.
be well.
19 is a miss.
Whoa.
Shit.
They are
Right.
notoriously difficult creatures to kill.
I feel really good about my aim, but something's off.
Yeah, it's not even that it's hard to hit. It's just your fists punch as hard as you can, coated in the radiant sun of the universe, and you just draw your fist back in like you're pretty sure you just cracked your middle knuckle. It's just so hard and resolute.
Got nothing for this. All right. I did what I could do. I'm going to end my turn.
Okay, it's going to lash out with its tendril attacks and make a couple of these. We'll try to tendril Kig, Leo, Zaz, and Reed in that order, starting with Leo. Oh, no advantage. So 20 hits Leo, I think.
Yeah.
14 misses Kig.
Yes.
Yep. 13 definitely misses Zaz. And 16 matches Reed? Or
It
misses?
hits.
Yeah, okay. Oh, one better. All right. I need Leo and Reed to make strength checks.
Saving throw or just a check?
Just to check.
Didn't mean to do advantage there. My bad.
All right. 17 is good. Reed, you are grappled by the tendril, and
Oh.
he will then also use his bite attack against you. That is a hit for 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It bites down on you, and like some creatures will bite and release. It doesn't, and just keeps trying to shove its tentacly grasped prey deeper into its maw of teeth. Leo, it's your turn.
How heavy is this thing?
A roper?
Yeah.
Tons.
So I couldn't pick it up.
No.
Okay.
I hate to say just no, but no.
Okay, that's fine. Can I grapple its head or attempt to grapple its head to release Reed? Like all I'm trying to do is like basically pry its. Like I guess I'm just seeing like this pillar or whatever you call it, and I'm just trying to like pull that off, pull that top like backwards to open his jaw.
As your action, I'd be okay with that.
Okay. That's basically what I want to do is try to get Reed out of the grapple, or at least no longer be bitten. Would that just be a strength check?
I'm okay with that. You do.
Nice.
You pull his head back until the tentacle has to like lash and try to get you off of its eye, releasing Reed in the process.
Awesome.
Zaz.
Okay. First things first. Zaz is going to cast Shatter because this thing looks like it is not made, or it is made out of inorganic material like stone.
That seems very wise.
I think I can click this button. Neato. And I'm going to put it against this wall here so I don't accidentally blow up my friends
Aw,
too.
that's so thoughtful. I rolled an 8 on my save, so full damage. 15.
Hmm.
And is that a thunder spell?
Yes.
Zaz never change.
Look, he panicked because his friends were in trouble, all right?
That's a reasonable cause for panic.
You should have seen the last time he panicked because his friends were in trouble. He made a blizzard.
That was actually
True.
pretty great.
That
It was
so
awesome.
great.
Awesome. All
It
right,
turned
yeah,
into one of the best entrances ever.
it really was pretty good. Cacophonous crash of thunder, chipping away pieces of this creature's like exoskeleton. You're not really sure if it's biology, but chunks of it literally fall off after the peal of thunder rings out. Do you want to move?
No, but he is also going to chirp out a healing word to try and perk up Reed a little.
Okay.
With that button. I was really hoping it would also make the roll.
No such thing.
Gosh dang it. I'm not going to click it. I'm just going to roll.
I think the healing word has a spell save DC in case Reed's like, no, I don't want your healing magic. Take it.
Or when you heal like undead, doesn't that cause damage?
Not in this version of the game anymore.
Oh.
This one also specifically says it can't hit target undead or constructs.
Okay.
But here's 6 free hit points.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That undid like 1/3 of his bite. That's pretty good.
Oof.
Kig, it's your turn.
I don't really want to get in there.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
So I'm gonna take out my trident. I'm gonna yell Shazam. And I'm gonna throw it. Use its special attack. The undi.
Okay.
Undi thing. I gotta find out how to do that again.
Now you make a normal attack with the trident, and that'll determine whether or not it takes trident damage, and then everything in the line of effect between you and the creature makes a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I can guarantee you it's not going to make the dex saving throw. So it's whether it's just taking the 4d6 lightning or if it's also taking the trident damage.
Okay, I see.
So it does not take the trident damage, but the line of lightning does shock it if you want to roll 4d6. That's pretty respectable.
All right.
Thunder and lightning. What a combo.
Yeah, and I'll just stay here.
You're in the wrong order, though. I think probably it's supposed to be lightning first. Shocking, the trident returns to your hand, having discharged its power for the day, but remains a magical weapon. Kel, it's your turn.
I'm gonna bring in some more thunder and cast a level 2 witch bolt at the roper.
Okay.
Oh, but you make fun of me when I do it.
Well, you brought the thunder. I'm bringing the lightning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm assuming
23
that
hits, yep.
hits.
Nice.
I mean,
What the
don't
fuck?
try too hard.
The hell? Ouch.
And then all 3 of my skeletons are going to shoot their short bows at
Okay.
it.
Pew, miss. Pew, miss. Pew, miss. These guys need like a summer at archery camp.
A 19 missed? Jesus.
Yep.
Where
second
were
thing
you when I
happens.
punched the thing?
All right.
I was running away.
Any move or bonus?
No, I'm happy where I am.
Read.
I am very displeased with what just happened, and I am going to spend a
Write a
single key
strongly
point.
worded letter. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. To disengage as a bonus action.
Okay. Probably smart.
Um,
Put some distance.
so I think I'm going to jump away a couple squares here safely, I think. And
If
then
you were
I'm
going
going
to, you might want to go one more because I think it can still hit you from there.
there.
That seems good.
Okay. And then from there, my new spot, just get off to Radiant Sunbolts.
Hit and miss.
Oh man.
Oh, I guess that's it, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Usually you have a lot more to do.
Yeah. No, Reed's in retreat mode at the moment. And
Copy that. Oh boy. The Roper will lash out with 2 more tendril attacks. One at Zaz, one at Kig. Starting with Kig. 16,
Oh,
I think
16?
hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep, that hits. And Zaz. Oh, 10 misses by a lot.
I wasn't sure to make it that 27 though.
I still have it toggled for disadvantage, but first roll was first roll. It will bite Leo because Leo's in melee. Oh, Leo, you're still grappled, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to grapple him.
Then I have advantage.
Oh, I'm not grappled. I'm grappling him. I
Yeah,
believe.
his tendril hit you, and you chose to break Reed's tendril.
Did it hit me? I thought it missed.
I got 2 people, and I know it wasn't Zaz or Kig.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
oh shit.
Oh,
38
Oh, no.
damage,
Okay.
and I roll on the table, I suppose.
Just so you're aware, I cannot heal you again at this point.
It's fine.
I am able to disarm my opponent this turn. So
Lord.
its other tentacle, the one that missed Kig, comes in, and after it bites you so hard, you like loosen the grasp on the manville, and its tentacle wrenches it out of your hand. Now it's flailing in the air above you.
Oh, not the manville. So that's 38 points of damage. All right.
Yeah.
Take that real quick.
That's a big hit.
Bye.
Hurt pretty hard.
The good / bad news is that it's your turn.
Well, he took my manville.
Sure did.
So,
You can use your action to try to grapple it back. You can use your action to try to grapple out of the tendril. You can use your action to punch him with your bare fists.
can I use my action to try to pull off one of his tendrils?
There is a mechanic for that, yep.
I want to try to dismember one of his tendrils because he's got a bunch of them.
Okay. Make an unarmed attack against AC 20.
All right. What is an unarmed attack? Just
It would be like you don't have. It would be the non-proficient version of just a D20 plus strength.
okay. So basically, I'm basically just rolling a strength check. Strength check.
I guess that's probably more accurate. Yeah,
Okay.
that is good enough.
great.
You rip the tendril off at the stalk of the body, and as soon as it becomes disconnected, instead of it being, languid and writhy like it is now, it becomes this hardened crystalline structure that just shatters all along the edges of the latticework, into just like hundreds of little crystalline pebbles everywhere.
Nice. As my second action, or I get an extra attack, I guess. Does that count as an attack? I'm not actually sure.
I would say normally not, but let's call it yes.
Okay, because I want to do it again. if
Sure.
possible.
Mhm.
But I missed this time.
You do fail to rip that one apart. You try to go for the double and you fail.
That's all right. I got one. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty good. Zaz, it's your turn.
Oh, I guess I should say I'm gonna rage as well. I'm sorry.
That makes sense. Zez is temporarily scared of that, so he's going to back away and then bleed himself dry with a life transference.
No. Go big and
Oh, that hurts. All right. So Leo, you heal for 56.
What the fuck?
at the cost of 28 life from Zaz.
Well, all I can say is I'm up to 69, so nice.
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 That's a powerful spell.
Yeah, it leaves him at 6 though.
Got a plan for that.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I don't know. How do you visualize that, Zaz? Or yeah.
Well, so most of the spells are him like somehow summoning weather effects, but this is one that he picked up because he needed to keep people alive. He learned, and I'm picturing this like honestly it looks a lot like what you would expect a Venthyr spell effect to look of, like literally blood and life energy just siphoning out of him and into Leo.
Nice. I like it.
Very macabre. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, like the blue orb that he's holding in the icon, picture that, but red, and now seep shooting out of his body.
Like that, gathering into a globule that then transfers over. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kig. What kind of special blood bubble spell do you have?
I got nothing special. This is not a good battle for me. I'm just gonna shoot my bow. See if I can do more damage with sneak attack now.
Mhm.
And it doesn't do anything.
You do miss him. You can't hit anything vital, like just that thick, rocky outer carapace is just so durable. No love. Do you want to move or change your positioning at all?
So the thing is immobile, right? Like he can't move.
He
So,
has not moved so far.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
As long as everyone's safe.
Kel, it's your turn.
I'm. You can guess what I'm gonna do.
Witchy bolt.
That's more like it. Well,
Nice. Ooh.
22 damage from the lightning. 2 misses and a crit. And we decided no table for minions, right?
that's correct.
Then you've got him on the ropes. Ha, 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 ha.
Gosh dang it.
Nice.
Very low health. He's withdrawing a little bit, putting himself tightly into that corner so that no one can sneak behind him. You know, kind of cornered animal tactics. Reed, what do you want to do?
I move over to be beside my buddy Zaz here. And start grumbling. It's like, I was complaining to use this on myself to heal myself, but you know what? I saw what you just did there, and I think you need a little bit more. So here, I'm gonna heal you. You get 9 plus 6. You get 15 health back.
Okay. Appreciate that.
And then can I still attack as a bonus action since my healer's kit is 1 action?
No, you have to make an attack before
Okay.
you can spend a key to make a bonus attack.
In that case, I am done with my turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking heal you instead of myself. But thank you for keeping Leo alive. Try not to mix my blood with yours. Ah,
Oh god, it's everywhere.
God. What the hell spell did you just cast? And my hands start to glow a little bit as I'm healing him. Wrapping
Kick, did I
bandages.
grapple you with the tendril last time?
The 16 hit, but I don't
Okay.
believe you did anything with it. Yeah.
No, just at the beginning of his turn, he reels in anybody that he tendrilled,
Oh, okay. Perfect.
and he will get to make a bite attack on you with advantage.
Oh, excellent. Jeez, that's death. That's straight death.
That is 40 points. You go to 0 hit points. Guys, I don't want to brag, but I'm winning.
I don't know about that.
What are you gonna do?
I don't think so. Try.
I'm about to rip off some more tentacles.
I'll try harder next time.
I'm about to char you to death.
Dead.
I am able to kick the target's weapon out of their hand. We're able to
Oh.
take, yeah. Not that it matters because you're unconscious, but as you fall down, the bow skitters free from your hand and dashes across the stone floor a few feet.
Wonderful.
Leo, Kig dramatically falls backward into your arms, completely unconscious. The thing just bit through the lower half of his body. There's blood and innards just coming out everywhere.
Not my innards.
Leo doesn't have a lot of experience with trauma or like treating it, so he's gonna yeet.
I'm gonna leave you here, bud.
He's gonna yeet Kig over to everyone else, to about here. Just toss him that direction, and then is he still being grappled?
No, he'll release the tendril after
Okay.
Kig's been reduced to 0. He can eat that creature later. in
And
his
then the
liver.
tendril that definitely grappled him, I'm gonna try to attempt to pull it off again.
Okay.
And I don't know if I can do. Can I do a reckless attack on it and have advantage?
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Oh, nice.
That is successful. You pull it off, shattering again into 100 little pieces.
How many more of these does he have?
2 more.
2 more.
Mhm.
Um,
4.
I want to do it again, but I don't know if me kind of tossing Kate to the side counts as an action or not.
We'll say like a bonus.
Okay, then I'm gonna try it again and try to rip
Okay.
off another one.
Sure. Success.
Cool.
He has 1 tendril remaining, and he's using it to kind of like defensively protect himself now. I like the idea of it's got a pretty sweet trident there. So if I raise the dead, do I get the trident?
Yep.
Oh man.
That's all I care about.
All right, Zaz, it is your turn.
All right. Great. This isn't going terribly at all.
No, it's going fine.
Be fair, it only has 1 tentacle left.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost dead.
Well, here goes Zaz panicking.
Ice storm.
Let's bring the thunder again.
You'll be fine.
With disadvantage, I still got a 15, so I take half of 13.
Yep.
So close.
And I guess, yeah, as bonus action, I'm gonna cast this again.
Do it.
Don't.
This time, the healing word is just gonna be him whispering, "Get up! That's embarrassing."
You're making us both look bad. I'm gonna
cast that at level 2, though.
Okay.
So this number looks different. Dang.
That's, I mean, basically as good as it can get.
That's awesome.
Basically.
Basically, as good as it can get. Good gerb basics.
Oh,
You can give
Lord.
yourself 10 hit points. All right. It is in perfect order. Kigsword's turn. You feel
Finish
the
him
breath
off.
of life breathed back into you. Zaz is giving you the uncomfortable thumbs up with the reminder, don't be an embarrassment to us, still ringing in your ears. You stand up, dusting yourself off. What do you want to do?
Hey, there's
You
a
don't have your weapon,
there's a
apparently.
manville on the ground you could pick up.
Yeah, there's a manville on the ground. Your bow is far away. You still have your daggers in sheath.
Yeah.
Pick the manville.
Use the
I-
manville. Crush him.
I don't think my little Frank can pick up that thing.
Absolutely. You're a hero.
Totally can.
You're literally the champion of the arena.
Second place.
That's
Okay, well I pick up his manville and try to hit it with a two-handed attack. What do I roll with for that?
You never touch another man's manville.
Pig the manville.
He has my permission.
Do you have on your sheet somewhere any strength-based weapon?
he does not have weapon proficiency for hammers, unless it's a simple weapon.
I think hammer is a simple weapon.
Most definitely all.
I
Is
think
it
it
a-
is.
Is it a war hammer?
It's a two-handed hammer. I have a warhammer, but I think this one's not.
Because that makes it a martial weapon.
I'm actually not sure. All it says is that the manville is a two-handed hammer.
Yeah, all of the versatile hammers are martial weapons. So unfortunately, basics you have disadvantage. So you're gonna roll a d20. You'll have to do this manually using the d20 modifier. Roll a d20 plus your strength, and then you'll roll that twice and take the worst of the two results.
Does this pack tactics
Oh, you're right,
that?
because he's got an ally.
Yeah.
Yep, just a normal 18 hits. Roll 1d10 plus strength, plus your sneak attack.
My strength again.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, I don't even know. That's a
If you do the 1d10 plus strength, I'll do the 3d6.
okay.
Did its AC go down?
Oh,
Sweet.
you're right. It's 20.
Oh,
Sorry, I had Kig's sheet up, and I just was looking at his AC, and I was like, damn, yeah, that hits by a lot.
No.
Kel is, of course, correct. The 20 is still in play. You bring the manville
Sorry, Kig.
up onto your shoulders, hoisted. Its weight is so you have to like take 2 steps backwards before you can center its weight. Bringing it crashing down, it just drags across the creature's face, grinding it like a cheese grater. But no real damage is done, unfortunately.
Tink.
Leo physically cringes.
Great. Embarrassed myself even further.
Do you have any other actions you want to take, Kig, or am I passing it to Kel?
I want to disengage.
I want to disengage.
I want to run away with my
do it
tail
again.
between my legs.
Sadly, rogues don't get multiple attacks. All
Oh
their
man.
damage is tied up in that sneak.
Oh, good lord.
All right, Kel. That is enough to do it.
And then I'm gonna heal 4 hit points.
Nice. Because a necrotic spell killed him. Yeah, he shatters, exploding, covering Leo in like little granite shrapnel pieces. He did.
Well,
But
I tried.
surprisingly, none of you are.
Wanna collect some of those granite pieces?
Okay. Just like for the trophy case.
For future materials to craft with.
Doesn't look like much, but that was a roper. These are just rocks. Oh shit, you know what? These are just
They're
rocks.
minerals,
This one's
Marie.
from the roper. Oh man.
Kig, you take 12 health back.
Thank you.
Yeah, this seems like, hey, we should park here and heal up a little.
How deep is the chasm?
About 30 feet from here to the water,
I
but it's
only
moving.
Oh, there's
very
water at the
quickly. Yep.
bottom?
There's an
Ah.
underground river that's been like running right through the center of this.
just learned how to modify my rolls.
Congratulations.
I feel accomplished.
And you said this was a little too far to really leap?
I said it would be a difficult leap. Certainly not impossible, but you're guessing that winged creatures have no problem making it.
Well, I can make 5 of us fly.
Toss you. I can toss all of you. And then only I have to fly.
Zaz is just flat out going to start sitting people down on the rocks. Like, no. No. Look at you. You're covered in blood. This is gross. You're going to get patched up first.
Does anyone else want to talk about how Kel has a green head now?
No, let's just keep ignoring it.
No.
It's not the weirdest thing that's happened to us. We're just going to let this slide for now.
That is probably true.
I'm gonna ask Kel if they noticed any side effects during that combat.
Did I notice any side effects during that combat?
No. You didn't even really notice the weight. You were expecting it to be quite heavy, being made of jade, but you don't even really feel it anymore.
I kind of shrug at Leo and go, nope, nothing yet.
Alrighty then. We'll check back in a couple days, I
Alrighty then.
guess.
Well done.
Just so you're aware, try that was me healing myself.
Okay. I don't want anybody else.
Oh, dear.
When I think about death, I heal myself.
All right.
Okay.
So
As part of this,
Zaz, were you fishing for like a short rest here in the cave?
I'm fishing for a short rest and also time to cast a prayer of healing.
Please stop
Please.
dying.
Well, we can use hit dice over the short rest to heal ourselves too, right?
Yeah.
Well, if we did a long rest, someone could change their spells and find out about that skull.
Did you want to
So,
change your
I don't
spells,
wa-
Leo?
I don't want a long rest in this
We
cave.
should do it.
No, I don't want a long rest either, but I would like 10 minutes that I could cast a spell. It takes 10 minutes to cast.
That seems good.
I'm going to use my arcane recovery.
That's short rest, right? So are we committing to an hour?
I think so. Does that seem reasonable to
Sure.
everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm gonna spend that hour whittling some runic carvings into the hammerhead head.
Okay.
Hey, try.
Sir.
Near that other chest, those were skeletons, right?
They were.
I'm going to be right back.
I'm on deck.
Oh boy. So everybody heals 10 and then can spend heal dice or rest dice on top of that. Whatever they're called. Hit dice.
Sweet.
Well, I'm back to full health without that. So awesome. And I have all my key points back. Yay!
Yay.
And I can heal you all again with my healer's kit.
Okay, cool.
While you guys are taking your hour to rest and recover, there is about halfway through the 30-minute mark, a guttural, deep growl that seems to come from all around you, and following that, like a mocking voice. Come no further, or you shall be devoured. It laughs several times, taunting you guys while you're trying to recover and heal. I'd like each person who heard that, so everyone with ears, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
Is it trying to fear me?
Reed and Kig, you both are unsettled by this unseen voice and deep roaring growls that seem to come from all around you. You're hesitant to get up from your seated position in your nice little cozy 1 hour rest spot here because nothing's killed you so far, but you feel like if you take any steps forward, something will definitely kill you. You're going to have to figure out how to manage that fear. For everybody else, we are moving into the last segment of this cave, which we're not going to do in 10 minutes. So I feel like now's as good a time as any to call it quits for the. Does that
Sounds
work
good
for
to
you
me.
guys?
Yeah.
Before we do, since I'm also brave as a stout halfling, I
Mhm.
get advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Does that benefit me here?
Sure.
So wisdom once more then.
Yes, please.
Ah, critical!
Now it's worse.
No, because I'm
Couldn't you
lucky
leave the 5
too.
alone?
Damn it!
Now you piddled.
Wait, aren't you lucky?
Yes, I am.
It's only ability checks, isn't it?
And saving throws. It's a
Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
god damn it.
That's
Hey, it worked
that
in your
saved your
favor.
bacon.
Nice.
It really did save your bacon.
Oh shit.
So only Kig is scared to go ahead.
Oh.
Kig the brave
Kig-
is now Kig the scared.
Well, like something already tried to eat him. I mean, give the guy a break.
Yeah, and I tore that thing apart, like literally with my arms.
He exploded.
Yeah, but
Uh,
he's like half your size. The holes are bigger.
By the way,
I think
I got
my
I'd like to
innards-
get my man mail back from him and start polishing it.
My innards
seems
with
very reasonable.
outers.
can I narrate what just happened for myself?
Sure, please.
After hearing this whisper, I was deeply unsettled and I started whispering words to myself out loud, words of encouragement. My voice started to raise a little bit in a panic, and just when you guys all thought maybe I was about to lose it, suddenly I found some inner calm, and you could see that I had somehow managed to reassure myself.
Nice.
There we
Because
go.
you're funny, you're handsome, you're self-assured. And gosh darn it, people like you.
Yes!
Zaz is a cleric. He hears voices all the time. It's no big deal.
Those are the things I told myself.
Oh, are we good for next week?
The week
Sorry,
after.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely not good next week, but I am good the week after.
The game automatically suggests like 1 week from today, so I clicked on it. I was like 21st, right?
I
28.
will not be here at all.
Okay.
I will be in Yosemite, so I will not be able to attend 2 weeks from now.
Okay. We'll
Maybe I
have
could pass on my courage to Kig.
if only it worked that way.
Yeah.
Courage transplant. I think. Well, I don't know the way we're officially like codified anything, but I think when players aren't going to be able to make a sporadic game, like if it's going to be one absence every now and again, I think it's best to just say like the character's feeling dizzy and just sits out that session in game. If there's going to be like 2 or 3 planned absences, I'd like to come up with a more involved reason for why they're not there. But it's hard when someone's like, I just got stuck at work. I think we are all, adults enough to just be like, okay, well that character's just taking a $5.
You know what? I really got scared after all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And instead of continuing on with any encounters that happen next week, I stay in the background and I have my healing kit available to assist for healing afterwards.
He decided to go back to the interesting